Cracking the Code. After uniting Mesopotamia, Hammurabi decided to make laws. He thought that the people needed one set of rules. Everyone would have to obey these rules. Hammurabi's kingdom needed order so that everyone could live together. So, King Hammurabi wrote a set of laws. Today, these laws are called the Code of Hammurabi. The code contains almost 4,000 lines. That's about 282 laws. These rules were carved on a stone statue called a stele. At the beginning, Hammurabi says that the gods told him to make the laws. The code was written in cuneiform. Cuneiform was wedge-shaped writing. It used symbols for words and syllables. Babylonians did not have paper. Instead, scribes carved on stone or wrote on wet clay tablets. Citizens knew what the laws were and what would happen if they broke them. The Code of Hammurabi includes laws about many different things. The legal process was explained. This way, people knew what a crime was, and they knew how they would be punished. Even leaders had to be careful about how they used their power. Everyone had to be fair about everything. Rules, rules, rules. In each section of the Code of Hammurabi, there were different laws. Some of the sections included laws about serving in the army, owning land, or running a business. There were laws for families, barbers, and doctors. There were even laws about growing a garden. Some of Hammurabi's laws described owning slaves and how to treat them fairly. There was a main message in the laws. The weak should not be hurt by the strong, rich, or powerful. Hammurabi's contributions are still seen today. They include an organized court system with judges. There were also different departments in Hammurabi's government. Each department had its own leaders. This is also true in many governments today. Don't hit your parents. One law said that if a son hit his father, then the son's hand had to be cut off. No one said that all of the Hammurabi's laws were very nice or fair. We found it. Imagine finding a very old and valuable object. Many people even knew that it existed, but they could not find it. That's what happened in 1901. A group of archaeologists found a black stele. The stele had a picture and writing on it. The man in charge of the dig knew right away what it was. The stele had Hammurabi's code written on it. People celebrated the new finding all over the world. This was a very important discovery. The stele helped scientists and historians learn about the time that Hammurabi lived. They learned that the code was very important to the citizens. It ruled all people. They also learned a lot about the Babylonians and their culture. A ziggurat fit for a king. Religion was very important in Babylonia. The center of religious life was the ziggurat. People believed that the gods visited the ziggurats. Only the king and priest could enter a ziggurat. They were in charge of taking care of the gods that came to visit. Everyone thought this job made kings and priests special. The Babylonians built ziggurats high into the sky to make it easy for the gods to visit. On the outside of the ziggurats, they built stairs so the kings and priests could walk onto the tops. These buildings were huge with many steps all around them. Daily life in Hammurabi's kingdom. Life was very hard for most people. They worked from sunrise to sunset in the heat. They went home to sleep in houses made of mud bricks. Most people ate bread for every meal. On a special occasion, they might eat dates, olives, or a roasted goat. When they were not working, the people loved to tell stories. They were also very musical. Some of the instruments they used were the flute, drum, trumpet, and harp. They told stories for entertainment. Then they added music to the stories. This made the stories more enjoyable.